This is what I have been observing. There's an increased interest from fellow Singaporeans in JB properties. This is especially so with the upcoming RTS that will be completed by end 2026. This set me thinking, what Singaporeans should know before embarking on any properties purchase, especially in a foreign country with different jurisdiction. I'm very sure most of the information you see online will be talking about the benefits and few talk about the risks. In today's video, I'll be sharing what you should know before buying a property, especially in nearby Johor, Malacca, Penang, or even in KL. Continue to watch to the end as I have bonus tips for those that have plans to settle down in this beautiful city. At the same time, I'm very sure this video will save you from financial headaches going forward. Here, let's go. Whether you are buying a property in UK, Australia, or Malaysia, the first rule of thumb is always understand the local real estate market. Why do I say so? Well, obviously, you will want to know which state is the property market heading to, whether the market is trending upwards or whether it is trending downwards. Correct or not? By the way, this is the Malaysia Annual House Price Index. All house index point an annual change for the state of Johor. If you need help to interpret this, kindly check with Malaysia property agent on this. You must also find out the unsold properties or overhang properties in the state itself. All these are important microeconomics you need to know before embarking on any property purchase. This is the incoming supply in Johor. This chart has breakdown where are the stock coming into the different districts to property types. There is also another chart that focuses on the blended supply. I wouldn't be elaborating much on this except that most of the supply will focus in the Johor Bahru district itself. Anyway, this is an interesting article as published in The Star. It mentioned that 90% of the overhang properties in Johor involve service apartment priced at 500,000 ringgit and above, while the other 10% consist of single-story and double-story landed properties, including strata and bungalow units that have already been sold. Some 90% of service apartment priced at 500,000 ringgit and below have been sold, while demand for those priced above this threshold is also increasing, he revealed. This is an interesting remark. Not sure if you can read beyond these sentences. This brings me back to my next point. Minimum purchase price for foreigners. As stated in iproperty.my website, a foreigner is eligible to buy a landed property in a designated international zone that costs at least 2 million ringgit. Such zones are located within the Iskandar region, are primarily for attracting foreign investments. These include Iskandar Putri, Medini, and Pasir Gudang. For landed properties beyond this area, it mentioned that 1 million ringgit apply for other areas in Johor. On this, appreciate if fellow Malaysians can advise on this. If foreigners can buy landed properties beyond these international zones, which obviously are not suitable for the heartland person like me. For those that have been following my channel, you should know, I go to heartland area to do my grocery. How to ask me to stay in an international zone? Correct or not? For condos and apartment, a minimum price of 1 million ringgit apply. This means foreigners can only buy any condo above 1 million ringgit. Here, I just wonder, what if your value drop below 1 million ringgit? Does this mean you can only sell to local Malaysians? Will local Malaysians buy from you? Most of my Malaysian friends all stay landed property leh. On this part, maybe local investor will buy from you. But will they buy from you at market price? The most they buy low from you and flip it to the next foreigner at above 1 million ringgit. Make some pocket money in between. Not bad, right? What do I mean? Understand the property itself. I see Singaporeans go overseas buy property as though they go lay long sale. Please lah, please do your own due diligence. Don't need to rush just because the RTS is coming. Relax, there are tons of conditions you need to assess. Firstly, assess the developer track record. Make sure you buy from a reputable developer. Avoid those fly-by-night property developers. Most recently in April 2025, Malaysia Mail reported that the Ministry of Housing and Local Government has blacklisted 109 property developers for failing to comply with the set of regulations. Then, there's the issue of the title of the land it is sitting on. If the land is freehold, don't assume the title of your strata title property is also freehold. They could be selling you leasehold title. Please do your own homework. I suppose many Singaporeans forget about this article published on December 2024. Singaporean buyers in legal dispute with Malaysia developers over ownership of Johor condo purchase. Some Johor condominiums are sold under a private lease scheme, where a buyer does not own the property but instead buy a lease. This is what I call one tan. Even Johor Housing and Local Government Committee Chairman has urged foreigners to scrutinize property terms in Johor before signing the Sales and Purchase Agreement or SPA to prevent misunderstanding or legal disputes. On this note, most fellow Singaporeans are not legal trained. Obviously, they have to engage a lawyer to advise them on the terms and conditions. This is provided they can find a competent lawyer to act diligently on their behalf. You get what I mean? Although there are laws to protect buyers, it's not uncommon to witness delay in project completion, quality issue, and issuing of title deeds. Although buyers are entitled to compensation under their respective housing regulation, pursuing claims can be cumbersome and a long-drawn battle. Legal dispute over titles, encumbrances, or developer insolvency are not unheard of. If you are involved in one, I'm very sure you may have to write off their investment. Super sian. Not forgetting, once you move into the apartment, you may have to deal with defects issue that require the developer to resolve them. Next, you may also need to deal with the management corporation or MC over maintenance issues. Then, there will be frequent dispute in high-rise condos over sinking funds, unpaid maintenance fees, or poorly financing governance, especially those owned by predominantly foreigners. Once a project is completed for some time, it's not unusual to see the level of upkeep drop significantly, especially in low occupancy buildings. Here, you could be paying high maintenance fees for amenities that deteriorate quickly or are barely usable. All these could have a bearing to rental demand and ultimately hurt your resale value due to poor upkeep or those open to short-term accommodation. Condominiums that are mainly owned by locals are better managed in a way, I feel. Here, don't say the above apply to overseas property only. In Singapore, I see some condo deteriorate as fast as their TOP. I see already, I also shake head. I know buying property is the easiest thing to do, especially when Singaporeans use the attractive conversion rate as a comparison to properties in Singapore. Some will be wondering, wow, buy a freehold condo is even cheaper than buying a 99 years leasehold HDB flat. Well, if you have such thought, good luck to you. The key thing is not buying, but rather is the selling part. For Johor resale property or sub-sale market, it's not too liquid, especially for high-rise apartment above 1 million ringgit. Since most Malaysians can get something more affordable in the suburb, especially a 2-story terrace house that costs anything from 500,000 ringgit to over 1 million ringgit for the newer ones. Why should they buy a strata title property from you at above 1 million ringgit? Moreover, not all have the funds to buy at this level. Even if they have, they would rather park them somewhere else. This means for Singaporeans that own an apartment in Johor or in other parts of Malaysia, please buy them for your own stays. As a foreigner in Malaysia planning to become a property investor there, sorry the odds are against you if you think you can outsmart the local investors. Unless you buy a landed homes, which I think is still the safest bet in Johor. Here, we haven't even talked about the real property gain tax. What is RGPT? In short, it's like our SSD. If you're a foreigner and you hold it for less than 5 years, you will need to pay a 30% tax. You will only need to pay a 10% tax only after the 6 years onwards. I wouldn't be going into the details. I've left the links in the description below. For Singaporeans that have plans to buy a HDB resale flat, please note that you are required to dispose them away. Selling them may not be so straightforward too. This may delay your housing plans. Owning a Johor property can still be worthwhile for Singaporeans, especially for personal use like weekend retreat or retirement homes. But it is crucial to do your own due diligence and a clear understanding of your exit strategy. Before you even commit, always verify the legal ownership and restriction with a trusted lawyer. Research the actual rental demand, not just projected return. Visit the location physically. Feel the ground like I always do. Please don't buy based on the colorful brochure. Think long term. Can you possibly afford to hold the property for a good 6 years if needed? Be wary of too good to be true marketing pictures or discount. And lastly, ask a trusted local friend if it is worthwhile buying. And not forgetting coming in and out on a daily basis through Malaysia immigration, especially if you are on a visitor pass. If you have plans to stay there long term, please go and sign up for the MM2H program. Who knows, you can even invest in a cheaper property from 600,000 ringgit. Ultimately, the dream of affordable Johor property remains attractive, but only if you can navigate the challenges ahead of you. If you are still unsure, then renting makes more financial sense. Renting is so much affordable as compared to SG. Free and easy, that is my take. That's all. If you find this content enriching, appreciate the like, share and subscribe. See you in Johor soon. Jumpa lagi.